Hello everyone, welcome back to MDLR Fishing. It is a gorgeous day outside. We finally got the weather in our favor, some good winds that are coming in out of the east below 10 miles an hour. So I think I'm gonna hit up a spot that I wanted to do a 4-mile trek before in the recent past. So we're gonna see how that goes. But first, let's take a little moment of silence for these two bad boys right there. Those two twins, Outback 2020, Outback 2019. It is now time to say goodbye to them. Since I received the new Old Town boat, the Autopilot 120, and doing all the testing, we are now a little over, approaching 2 months into testing it, and I don't see myself going back to either one of the Outbacks. So I have put them up for sale on Patreon. And if none of the patrons purchase it, well then it will basically be opened up to everybody on Facebook Marketplace, which means you all may have a shot at purchasing them, giving them away for a really great price. But as always, the patrons help me out, and this is my way of saying thank you to them and showing a little bit of appreciation by giving them such a great price for those kayaks. Spectacular kayaks. I take nothing away from Hobie. They make a phenomenal product. They have for years, and I've been a Hobie boy for approximately 10 years. As I said again, until this kayak has come along right here. They just can't compete with what it's able to allow me to do. So yeah, bow my head. Okay, let's get the Autopilot 120 loaded up, and we'll get out there on the water. Alrighty, first cast of the day. I cannot tell you how much my heart is warmed by these conditions. They are not the best of them, but the simple fact is that we have not had winds that are low enough to not beat me up. The kayak is just cruising along at 2.5 miles an hour. We are making great time, and I'm able to just cast. I'm sorry, Mr. Kayak, let's turn that off. I had autopilot on, and it's trying to hey, I'm trying to go that way, but you're turning the rudder to go that way. So yes, very, very excited to be out here in these types of conditions, and feeling a thump would be icing on the cake. There, I said it. I just want to catch a fish. Don't worry, fish, I'm not keeping anybody today. I let my brotato borrow my fish bag, so it's not on the boat. I'm not doing any trickery or anything like that. We have 1 foot of visibility on the far east portion of the bank. It's the protected bank because winds are coming in out of the east. Uh-oh, it's starting to get shallow. I gotta watch out. 1 foot of depth is the shallowest that I usually run the kayak in. And we have 1 foot of clarity, or visibility, and I can see the bottom. I just need to get a little bit more over to the right. I don't want to mess up the prop. Whew, we have made it to the mouth of the marsh. Goodness gracious. Talk about very rough stuff. So right after I said what I said about, oh, it's beautiful weather, well, Mother Nature just had other things on her mind, and she decided to make life miserable for me for the past 2 hours that it took me to get here. Goodness, this marsh better give me a couple of chickens, maybe even a donkey, because I'm gonna be so upset if I do not catch anything. Nah, I'm just kidding. We're on chill mode, man. We're on chill mode. It's better than being in the house. And well, fishing, you know what it's like. It's always spectacular to be out in the water. So let's get started. Holy moly, 7-8 feet deep right here at the mouth. This would be a great spot for trout during the winter time. 9 feet. All right, we got to keep our eyes open for alligators, because whenever it's that deep, yeah, those guys are a-lurking. Okay, here we go. Calm waters. That's what I love about marsh fishing. And these platforms, they are just well suited for fishing this style of water. No, I just barely got started.
Where the hell did you come from?
Chocolate Bayou? What? Yeah. That old man's like, where the hell did you come from? Oh, there's the first one. Here we go. Oh, beautiful, beautiful flounder. Gosh, that is a beauty of flounder right there. Oh my gosh. It's spot lock. We're gonna slow our roll, put this guy away, and it never fails. I'm telling y'all what, people. I am going to, this guy's a keeper for sure. What I'm gonna do is put him on the fish grip, dangle him inside the water, and we're gonna, actually no, we should have our little lanyard. Yep, got our lanyard. This guy is going in the water, and as soon as we get back to the launch, we'll put him inside a plastic bag and then hurry up and make our way to the closest store and get a styrofoam ice chest. But that right there is what I've been wanting to eat. Alrighty, let's see what we are working with. And we got this fella on the Hydra bug too. I suspect that these guys haven't seen anybody out here on the water for the longest time. Oh yeah, 15¼ inches long. That is worthy of a photo. And a lot of mullet out here. Got the bait working. Not too sure what the water level is like because my first time being out here, but there's plenty of water for the trolling motor to be down, and that is always a plus in my book. Oh my gosh. With those high winds, y'all saw what it was like in that open water. Just absolutely disgusting. But the minute that you get inside this protected marsh, these high grasses do just enough to keep it calm, and the trolling motor is gonna take over and like do its thing. And not only that, I mean, trolling motor did its thing whenever I was out there in the high chop, and yeah, took a long time. That's the Achilles heel of this boat. You have to deal with going just ridiculously slow, because if you put it on full power, then your battery is going to die prematurely. So you have to go at about half power. I was going maybe 3/4 power, and got here in about 2.5 hours. So if you can deal with going really slow, then you should be fine with this boat. What I plan on doing to remedy my issue of going at like 2 miles an hour, 2.5 miles an hour, is buying an additional 2 batteries, one for getting to my fishing area and then one for getting me back. And yes, that's going to be very expensive, but it's definitely worth it in my book, because time is precious whenever you're out here. You never know when the weather's going to turn, or if you're going to run out of daylight, or whatever the case. So I want to be able to travel at 4 miles an hour, and purchasing another $1,000 battery is going to allow me to do that. Definitely worth it in my book. For some of y'all, it may not be, but whenever this is your full-time job, or if you're a tournament fisherman and money is riding on the line, you need every advantage possible. For the recreational fisherman, it's overkill unless you've got the money to spend, because when it's all said and done, I will have spent approximately $2,000 in batteries. That is crazy to think about, but that's what I'm willing to do, because it's such a spectacular platform whenever you get out here. It's so spectacular that, I mean, y'all heard me say it earlier, I'm done with my Hobies. There's no way that they can compete with this. Are they faster than it? Yes, definitely faster than it. But you got to be in shape. So if you're in decent shape, I consider myself to be in decent shape, and I should, like, my cruising speed on the Hobie is 3.2. Well, this thing, when I get those batteries, its cruising speed is going to be 4 miles an hour. So what one heck of a platform that Old Town produced. And yeah, with this one, they finally got me to do away with my Outbacks. Very impressed. Oh, what was that? That was a mullet, huh? Yeah, that's a big old mullet. All right, well, since it took us so long to get out here, we didn't have much fishing time to be able to do things, so we've already reached our turnaround point, and now we're on our way back. So we'll troll this portion of the bank. I just came from that side over there, and we'll see what we can, like, hopefully hook into maybe another fish. Who knows? But we definitely have to remedy the travel time, because although it's fun fishing new waters, what fun is it when you don't have enough time to actually fish, because it took you 2 hours to get to your spot, a little over 2 hours actually. Gotcha, baby. Let's go. What do we have here? We got ourselves a mud chicken. Get over here, honey. Let's hit spot lock on the way out, and look who we say hi to. Look who we get to say hi to. Oh my gosh, buddy. Need some preparation H or something? Oh man. Let's hurry up and get you back in there. You need to go take care of that. On the flats, bug. Beautiful redfish, with the exception of him needing medical help. Spectacular fight on an ultralight. By the way, everyone, everything that I'm using is going to be found in the description box below for the video. So if you're interested in this setup or any of the setups behind me that I currently use and that I bring out here on a regular, please check out the description box, and it'll answer a lot of y'all's questions that y'all have. See if we can run that up again. It feels so good coming to new waters, struggling against these winds, but able to put fish in the boat. Super excited to be back on the fish. Y'all just have no idea. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. Normally this day would be just like any other, however it quickly morphed into something completely different. I wanted to do a catch and cook with the flounder, but that's going to be held off for another video. 2 hours after I posted both of these Hobie Outbacks for sale, they were sold, and I had to hurry up and leave the water, and I'm going to be driving them to their new owners. So yeah, this video basically turned into something along the lines of my Hobie Outback has been dethroned, and it's by this fella right here, the Autopilot 120 from Old Town. This sportsman line is no joke. It is it's very capable. This kayak is like the real deal. These two kayaks right here, or essentially this one right here, the one that y'all have been seeing me use, it's the 2020 Outback, and then the other one belongs to my son. It's a 2019. They just can't compete with the capabilities of the Autopilot 120, and I have no desire to continue using the Hobie Outbacks. So rather than let them collect dust, they're gonna move on to a new home. I need the garage space, and yeah, the Autopilot 120, it is the real deal. I am not paid by Old Town in any way, shape, or form. They basically have provided the channel with a kayak, and they just wanted my honest opinion. They wanted me to let you all know what it's capable of. I have went through around 4 of their kayaks. It was a Topwater 120 PDL, the Predator PDL. We also received a, what was it? The Canoe, the Discovery 119 Solo. And all of those just couldn't compete with the Hobies until this guy right here. And man, they knocked it out the park. To everybody at Old Town listening, if you're watching this, congratulations. I didn't think it was gonna ever happen. but y'all did seriously produce a winner. And yeah, it's gonna be bittersweet saying goodbye to these kayaks, but I've got to get them loaded up and on with the show, I guess, right? So if you all are interested in knowing a little bit more about this kayak, there is a link down in my description box below that you can click on, and it will take you to O-Town's website so that you can learn anything and everything about it. All the specs, every feature is going to be listed down there. And if you ever have a chance to demo one of these, do it. You will not be disappointed. The Achilles heel to this kayak right here, and mark my words, every kayak has some cons about it, but you have to give and take. You weigh out your options and decide if it's going to be for you or not. Speed. It is god-awful slow. 4 miles an hour is the top speed that I've been able to get with all the gear that I take out there, and that is it. But if you run it at 4 miles an hour for 2 hours straight, let's just take the trip that I did today. It took me 2 hours to get from the kayak launch to the mouth of the marsh. I would have been with a dead battery. So you have to run it at anywhere from like half speed. Today I was at a speed setting of number 8, so that's like 3/4 of the way to full speed, and I did just fine. Only half of my battery was used, but if you put it at a speed setting of 10, then you greatly diminish the battery capability, and you're going to be like a sitting duck in the water. So as I said earlier as well, I'm going to get another battery, but to me it's a justifiable expense because this is my life. This is my livelihood. I fish for a living, and I'm willing to spend that kind of money. So we're gonna sell these 2 kayaks back here and go buy some much needed things for the channel. I do thank each and every one of y'all for watching. Drop your comments down below. Again, I have been a Hobie fanboy for the past 10 years. It's been a long time, and nobody, in my opinion, could dethrone them until the Autopilot 120. So congratulations, Old Town. I'm running around in circles now, so until next time, tight lines, y'all.